Good morning. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of mine. I'm here, I'm still alive, back better than ever. I thought since, school's starting up again, and school actually starts in 4 days for me. No, 3 days for me. I thought I'll just give you guys some tips for specifically people going into high school. And I am a senior. This will be my last year. Finally! I feel like I now have the experience and knowledge to actually share with some people that actually might not understand. Because me, when I was a freshman, I heard tips that people gave me. I brushed it off. Why were those people so real? Alright, so what I'm going to be doing is I have some stuff I written on my laptop, but I'm not even showing my notes. I have some stuff that I've written down that I want to kind of gloss over. I'm going to do it in sections. I'm going to do scholar, grades. I feel like mainly your grades is what sets for a social life in a way. They intertwine, duh. The other part of this video is going to be the social aspect, which it gets a little crazy. And why is it whenever I'm recording, my closet's open? Hold up. Can't walk. All right, so the first thing is do everything well freshman year. Keep those grades at an A. I am being so serious. I am literally coming off of personal experience. I did not have good grades freshman year. And the way that ruined my grades for sophomore, junior, and senior year, well, it mainly hit me junior year. My grades are fine now. I'm specifically talking about my GPA. But I just want to say freshman year really is the base block. It's the template of how well you're going to do throughout all of high school. If you can keep yourself all the way at the top freshman year, you're going to be all the way at the top sophomore, junior, senior year. And that's what you want. You want to be the best version of yourself all throughout high school. Let's say you get A's and B's, amazing freshman year. As long as your grade point average is honestly above a 3.5, you're fine. Because once you have a starting GPA, think about it this way. Have you ever had that one teacher when she finally grades that test from last week, you get a 50, it brings your grade really far down? Yeah. That's kind of similar in a way, but except your GPA, you actually don't lose points. You will just stay in the same spot, I think. All right, one other thing, which I feel like this also kind of ties into the social aspect, would be join clubs. I feel like not only will you connect with people, yes, I'm not going to touch too much on connecting with people yet, but if you join clubs that you're actually interested in, if you want to keep pursuing school, if you want to go into college, if you want to go to university, yes, join clubs that you might find interesting and stay in them. Obviously, if you join a club you don't really like that much, you don't have to stay in the club, you can leave. But find something you enjoy. It'll be worth it. If your club offers cords, take that cord. You will be wearing that cord on graduation night. Do not, and I mean do not, play around in your teachers like you're in 8th grade. Do not be throwing books, papers around the class. Don't be interrupting. I'm sorry. Please don't do that. Why did y'all even do that in the first place? Also, I have a salad right here. Let me munch on this at the same time. Yeah, I know I asked for an avocado, but they gave me a hard avocado. All right, and for my last final scholarly tip, to just lock in. Please. I mean this out of the most genuine way. Just lock in. Don't be getting involved with all that bad stuff. Whatever's happening behind the gas station that next day, you gotta test. You gotta lock in for that. And that is mainly for freshmen, but everyone can take that lock in advice. I don't want freshmen to be getting into all these bad habits just for them to have a terrible high school career. I left this out completely. I wanted to speak on what to bring on your first day and what can really get you through high school, So first, always, for work, whatever, have at least 3 folders in your backpack, 4 at most. Do not even worry about having a big binder. Those take up way too much space. It's tiring to carry around. Don't do all of that. Always have pens, and I mean at least 2 pens, a good amount of pencils. That doesn't even matter. get those mechanical ones too. Get those cheap ones from Walmart, Target, wherever, because you don't need those expensive ones, you know. Unless you're real organized, you can get them. But if you're not, you don't even need to be organized to get them. Get those cheap ones, I'm sorry. Do not spend $8 on a mechanical pencil and you only get one. Have at least 2 of the multiple subject notebooks, and because I feel like it makes it easier to actually keep half of your classes in one notebook, half of your other classes in the other. Unless your teacher has some specific notebooks that they want in their class. I hate teachers that do that, by the way. Worst teachers ever. Always, always, always have water. Doesn't matter if it's plastic bottle or in a water bottle. Keep water on you. You are genuinely going to get thirsty throughout that day. And if you're bringing a water bottle, keep it in your bag. And I don't really recommend putting it on the side of your bag. I know that's probably like the easiest thing to do. In a way, keeping it inside your bag kind of keeps it cool just for like a few minutes. If you have folders and notebooks and a pencil, I genuinely think you're set. You do not need any extra thing unless you're told to bring it. But even then, I feel like that stuff, as long as you have a way to keep all your papers in a organized spot, you're fine. You're genuinely good for the whole year. Try to keep those habits up of organizing your stuff. Always stay organized. Don't end up putting your English work with your math work, because you're going to keep doing it, you know? It's going to be a habit. All right, and pure necessities, always keep some type of snack on you. Doesn't matter what it is. Make sure it's nothing big, nothing with a, not pungent, but with like a loud smell. You know, bring a granola bar, bring anything small that you can snack on, either that's during one of the classes that you can eat in or during passing period, lunch. Oh, you know what? And one thing, don't be embarrassed to eat school lunch. Who's embarrassed to eat school lunch? I don't care what anybody says. Somebody will come up to me as I'm holding the school lunch and will be like, ew, school lunch is gross. That looks disgusting. And well, that's too bad. That is as I'm literally in their face eating that pizza. Like, that pizza was bomb too. Like, they're so mad. One other necessity that you might need is gum, which, you know, after you eat in that snack, you don't want some smelly breath. Like, pull out that gum from your bag. And I'm sorry, if somebody asks you for some, say that was your last pack, even if they saw. Do not be giving randoms your gum. Give them to a friend, someone you actually care about, you know? Overall, I do just want to say my number one thing throughout all of high school, just please, please, please be yourself. I feel like that's what most people struggle with, and I feel like high school is actually where you like sort of learn who you are as a person and that like person you want to give off. And I just want you to think like, you don't want to start acting like somebody you aren't. You don't want to grow into somebody who isn't truly you. Have you ever seen or had that one friend who, you know, oh, they started hanging out with the wrong group of people, and then time moves on and, you know, now they are a terrible person. You know, they're out in the streets because they just happen to be with the wrong group of people. And being yourself will always lead you to a friendship. No matter what, you're always gonna have a friend if you be yourself. You're gonna find someone. Doesn't matter if your high school has 3,000 people, if your high school has 300 people, there is gonna be someone for you, no matter what. All right, and now it's time for kind of like the main point of this video in a way, social aspect of high school. I've had a lot of friendships throughout high school. I've been friends with some people I never even thought I would be friends with. I've been friends with some fake and, you know, whatever happens, happens. Let's just say we're not friends anymore, but all right. And I'm going to get into this right now because I have a lot of things to share, stories and everything. So I do have me some swig. Let me take a sip. My first ever tip would be, do not expect friendships to be some easy thing in high school. You see movies, people becoming friends, some shows like those Roblox like role plays where like, oh, like, hey, got the answers for A? In a way it could. Friendships are crazy, which is why do not expect them to be as easy. And I don't mean that in the making, those friendships, but I mean that in more of like a way of maintaining and actually building the friendship, if you get what I mean. I will never forget the day I came in my English class at 7 in the morning. I sat next to the school's, well, today, he's the school's biggest. He's the biggest go-getter. He's the biggest go-around. You know. And we had to be partners. We never talked one-to-one ever again after that. We didn't click. Like, yes, it's one thing for you to actually like talk to somebody and get to know them a little, but if they don't want to keep building on that, that's not going to work out for both of you in the end. All right, for my second tip, the biggest thing is when you actually make a friend, look out for those red flags. In a real, fake, toxic friend, you're going to be easily able to point out that, oh, they give you weird looks whenever they're not talking to you, that they laugh at everything you say or tell them. Like, you should be able to pick up on that. In a way, you kind of get like hypnotized. Like, oh, we're friends, we're buddies. You get so blinded by their red flags. Like, I want you to be able to go into high school with a mindset that's like, I don't want toxic friends, and be on the lookout for those red flags. And once you like realize, and once you're in that mindset, I definitely think you'll be able to pick out those bad things about people and truly find real friends that fit you. All right, and my third one, which I thought my second one was bigger, but my third one is huge. Not everyone's your friend. And I learned this in 4th grade when, some people just didn't like me. They had it out for 4th grade me. I'm not sure why, but they did. And then, after that, I slowly stopped considering everyone my friend, because they aren't. There's always going to be that one person, whether you realize it or not, that doesn't like you. Just plain straight up does not like you. And sometimes they don't even have a reason. They just genuinely will not like you. Whether it's jealousy, hatred, literally anything, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be that one person that doesn't like you. And you may never know the reason why. Though I will say, I feel like one of the main reasons why some people may not like someone, I feel like it's mainly jealousy. They see one person, they're up doing their big one, whole time they can't even get up and do the same thing. So it's like, dang, I'm gonna go talk behind that person's back because I can't stand that they're doing what I can't, Like, I will genuinely never forget the time, my freshman year, when my little best friend, I'm not gonna say their name, not even best friend. Yeah, that was just my friend. I'm not gonna say their name. Let's call them Double A. Double A had a problem with me because I talk the way I talk. He literally had a problem with my handwriting. What are we just mad to be mad? Like, that doesn't even make sense. And well, we're just not close anymore. I'll say hi to him every once in a while now. It's been 3 years. I've grown over it, but he still has a problem. He didn't like me, and there were other reasons too, but I'm not gonna say that one. That could be for another day. Not everyone wants to be your friend. I'm telling you, be ready for that. Not everything is sunshine and rainbows. All right, for my 4th tip, expect the unexpected in friendships. Because that person that you might talk the most to, and having a good time in the back of science class, whole time they don't even like you. They're telling Amy every single thing you told them. Whole time you don't even know. But it's always going to come back to you. And then that friend, they try to be friends again. But I don't want to be friends with a loser. Last summer, I was in like a friend group. I would hang out like basically almost every weekend with this person. Whole time they were texting Double A from the story I was telling before, talking about calling me a bunch of names. For my last tip is kind of like an overall tip. Join that club. Talk to that teacher. Ask for that grade raise. Get to know that teacher. Be friends with that teacher. Talk to your counselor. Be involved with school. Go to that football game, go to that soccer game. And I mean that with everything that's in my heart, because I wasn't as involved as I wish I was. And now it's too late. Mainly push through until you're at the very end. Once you finally get on that stage and hear your name, you sit back down and turn that tassel. You turn the tassel left to right. Then you're done. I hope these tips were at least somewhat helpful. Like, here's the thing. I feel like most people think like, oh, this is just common sense. Like, who doesn't know to keep their grades up and all that? You really never know. It can be common sense, but will you actually listen? It's one thing if you can listen, but can you comprehend what that means and what I'm saying and how you can take it to better affect you, you know? See you in the next video. Bye.